Carrington, and this is the Magic Box. Hello, and welcome to the Magic Box. Today's show is all about time. That's right, and it's time for me to share with you about time. And it's about time we take a break. We'll be right back. Hey boys and girls, welcome back to the Magic Box, and today's show is all about time. Time, you know, time. Watch. Watch. What do you know about time? Well, there's father time, there's hard time, there's fun time, there's easy time, there's the time I can remember, and there's once upon a time. We're going to find out about time today on the Magic Box, and I think it's about time we start the show. Hi, I'm John Carrington, and this is the Magic Box, and it's my job to help you understand there's magic in the world. Matter of fact, the world is magical. There's this system called time. That's right, time. That's when the earth spins, and because of the location of the sun, we can tell what time it is. Well, the earth is spinning clockwise. That means that east is the first part of the world to see the sun, and then as the world turns, the western part of the world sees the sun. And that's called time. Time is broken into zones in America. In America, we have 4 time zones. There's the East Coast, then there's the Central Time, then there's Mountain Time, and then there's Pacific Time. It's really amazing. I'll show you how it works. Here is the sun, and here's the earth. As the earth turns, let's just say the sun comes up, and it's 10 minutes after 9 in the morning. There's our clock right there. Put that clock right there. I'm glad that clock rang, because that reminded me that the earth has the East Coast exposed. There it is right there. There's the East Coast right there. And I'm noticing I'm turning the world clockwise. So there's the East Coast, and it's 10 minutes after 9 on the East Coast. So the earth starts to turn, and, well, what do you know? Oh my goodness. Well, there's a clock right there. It's now 10 minutes after 9 in Central Time Zone. The Central Time Zone is that part of the world that now has enough sun that the clock should read 10 minutes after 9. So the earth continues to turn. Remember, it's turning clockwise. So the next thing, the world is turning. Well, what do you know? It's mountain time. That means that the mountains are now getting sunlight in America. So we're going to place that clock right there because that reminds us that the earth has turned and now it is now 10 minutes after 9 in mountain time. So the world continues to turn and well, there it is. There's the clock that says that it's now 10 minutes after 9 in Pacific time. Pacific time. That's our Pacific coast. That's California, right? So now we've learned that there are 4 time zones in America. There's the Eastern Standard Time, there's Central Time, there's Mountain Time, and there's Pacific Time. So you see, the world turns and what do you know? Once a day, somewhere in the world, it's going to be 10 minutes after 9. But that's because the world turns and the sun helps to bring sunlight to every part of the world during the course of the day. So I can safely say time is a magical thing as the world turns. Hello and welcome to the Magic Box. Today's show is all about time. That's right, and it's time for me to share with you about time. And it's about time we take a break. We'll be right back. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rock. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, rock. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, rock. Rock around the clock tonight. We're going to rock, rock, rock around the clock tonight. We're going to rock, rock, rock in the pale moonlight. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. We're going to rock, rock, rock. The pale moonlight. We're going to rock around the clock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. Yeah. Well, don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey kids, welcome back. And hey, what other time and clocks are you aware of? Well, let's find out. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1 and the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1. The mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Poetry. What wonderful timing. The timing is in the rhythm of the words. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1 and the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Hello, I'm John Carrington, and I am the Nowhere Man. The Nowhere Man, that's right, the Nowhere Man. Well, where'd you get that name, Nowhere? Well, what does that mean to me? Nothing. Nothing. Well, what can you do with nowhere? I can do everything. Give me an example. I can sing. Okay, let me hear you sing. I am the Nowhere Man. I love being nowhere. It's really grand because I am the Nowhere Man. Oh, nowhere, 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 nowhere. I'm over here and I'm over there. I'm the Nowhere Man. Nowhere in the world. Or are you anywhere when you are the Nowhere Man? I'm the Nowhere, Nowhere, Nowhere Man. I'm having fun all over this land. Nowhere
everywhere, nowhere, anywhere.
Hey, Nowhere Man, I have a great song for you.
You do?
I sure do.
Let me hear it.
Well, I'll let you sing it.
Okay.
He's a real nowhere man,
Living in his nowhere land, singing all his nowhere songs to nobody. Nowhere man can't make it. Don't know you think it. I think the world is at your command. Living in your nowhere land.
Hey, Nowhere Man, I have a joke for you. Why did chicken cross the road?
I don't know.
To get to the other side.
Oh.
Okay. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Dwayne.
Dwayne who?
Dwayne the bathtub. I'm drowning.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. All right. Knock, knock.
Who's there? Happy. Happy who?
Happy Rabbit.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Nutter.
Nutter who?
Nutter Happy Rabbit.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Stella.
Stella who?
Stella, another Happy Rabbit. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say Happy Rabbit?
Yeah.
Well, Nowhere Man, it's time to say goodbye.
Well, I guess it is time to go. I guess I'll just go back to my nowhere land.
All right, let's see. Go back to your Nowhere Land.
Here I go, back to my nowhere land.
Welcome back to our time show. It's our show about clocks and time and all the things you can do within that time frame. So, are you having a good time? So, what are some famous clocks? Well, there's always Big Ben, that's in London, and then there's the atomic clock. I believe that's somewhere in Chicago, buried underground, so that they'll always keep accurate time. And then, of course, there's the clock that runs our biology. It's called the biological clock. And then there's the clock that we always keep near our bed. That's called the alarm clock. And in the morning, it really is alarming. There's also a clock called a wristwatch. And I usually tell people it's the wristwatch that you carry with you to know if you're on time, ahead of time, or behind time. And as you know, time is very essential in train travel. In fact, the conductor always has a big pocket watch that he uses to identify whether or not his train is on time. Time is very important in railroading, and we're going to learn a lot about that in today's learning and lessons. So, it's time for us to learn.
Oh, hi boys and girls. This is Engineer Dan, and it's time for the Roundhouse Club, where you can find out all you ever want to know about trains. All aboard, kids! Toot!
Teddy Truelove. Teddy, say hello. Say hello. Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, come on, Teddy. Don't be shy. Oh my. Oh, he's a shy teddy bear. Oh my. Okay. Oh. Oh, Teddy. Teddy. Pay attention to the people. Look at the people. Look at them. All right. You like them? Okay. All right, Teddy. What's that? Oh, you like the railroads? You like trains? Oh, that is so wonderful. Oh my goodness, Teddy. Oh. All right, well, Teddy, can you sing a railroad song? Okay, you can? Okay, let me hear you sing a railroad song. Oh, that was a wonderful song, but I don't think they could hear it. Oh, you want me to sing it for him? Okay, all right. He said, I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Donna, blow your horn. Can't you hear the whistle blowing? And Donna, blow your horn. Donna, won't you blow? Donna, won't you blow? Donna, won't you blow your horn today? Donna, won't you blow? Donna, won't you blow? Donna, won't you blow your horn? Teddy, that was wonderful. Okay, he's taking all the credit. Okay, I did the singing, he's taking the credit. All right, well, Teddy, oh my goodness, you gave me credit for being such a good helper. Oh my goodness, Teddy, this is getting mushy. Okay, now Teddy, oh my goodness. Well, the railroads are fun, and that's one of Teddy's favorite things. Okay, all right, we'll be right back with more. Hey, welcome back. And speaking of once upon a time, take a look at this. The essence of time. One day, Brown Twig and Alfred went walking along the beautiful lake of Muldoon. They were deep in thought about their good friend Hoppy. Now, first, my children, let me share with you the legend of the Poppin', so you might have a better understanding. And it is as follows. The legend of Poppins. It was Twillig on the 12th of May, and Poppins frolicked at their play. They were a type of gone fodder elves, and usually keep quite to themselves. They play in a field of poppies bright. The pots of posies they delight. They go clean shaven, not a beard, though little they are mightily feared. 'Cause if they sneeze their poppy dust upon the head, you'll find you must fall asleep within the hour and lie thee down in the midst of the flower. The nectar strong will hold its sway upon your back for many a day. And when you awake, days are gone, and the Poppins play the game on. Now Hoppy, you see, was a male Poppin who wanted very much to join the Gnome Fodders, Special Coal Brigade, but was unfortunately famous for showing up to everything 15 minutes late. If he were invited to breakfast at 9 o'clock, he could be sure to arrive at 9:15. If he were invited to tea at 6:30, he would show up 7:15. And if he were to attend a toy shop meeting at 2:30, he could be expected at 2:45. At first, Father Christmas was tolerant, but lately his patience was wearing thin. "What will happen on Christmas Eve?" he boomed in his large voice to the Twig brothers as they stood trying to appeal to their friend. And so it was that Brown Twig and Alfred had decided to take some time and think things over. They bumped right into Blossom, the beautiful sun fairy who lived with Laura Lee. Blossom was well known for her wisdom and shiny ways. "What a predicament," she said in her soft, sunny voice. "What's a gnome father to do?" said Brown Twig, shaking his head. "Well, why don't you take him for a visit with old Father Time himself?" "Uh-huh," she finally said. "The very thing," said Twig Brothers. So it was that, and that very year, on the 12th day of Christmas, Brown Twig and Alfred brought their dear friend Hoppy along to a visit with old Father Time himself, which, as everyone knows, lives at the far corner of the universe. Time heals all wounds. Time stands still for no man. Only time can tell, chirped Clarence the cuckoo that lived in old Father Time's clock, which hung on the wall on his Times Square office. "What a pleasant surprise! And to what do I have this honor of this visit?" inquired Father Time in a fatherly voice. "Well, you see," said Brown Twig, going into a great detail about poor old Hoppy, who stood there gazing distractedly out of the office window, which of course had the best view of the universe. "I see," said Father Time, rubbing his chin. "Hoppy seems to be impervious to time. What a brilliant lad indeed," he intoned in a deep voice that seemed to be as big as Big Ben himself. "But you don't seem to understand that the work of the Gnome Fathers on Christmas Eve is timed to the T, and Hoppy never seems to be able to show up anywhere on time. Why, even today, he was 15 minutes late, and that's why he had to keep you waiting. But don't you know, dear fellows," said Father Time, "that with me, time stands still." "Oh yeah? That with me, time stands still. That's interesting. Time is irrelevant, and there's no time like the present." Who says breakfast is 9 o'clock anyway? To Hoppy, obviously, it's 9:15. "But those are the rules," said Twig Brothers. Frustrated, they said, "Well, rules are made to be broken. And at this time, there are no rules. So any time is the right time for Hoppy because he is running on his own clock." Hoppy smiled a big, wide smile as he realized that someone had finally got right with what he thought. Well, what about the rest of us then? On Christmas Eve time is the essence of or a lot of children might be left out. And Alfred was weary. Father Time scratched his beard. Well now, that's a different story. You see, the fact is that Hoppy lives in a world of his own. And in his world, all clocks run 15 minutes late. So what can we do? Asked the Twig Brothers. "Well, as long as Hoppy lives in his own world, he'll never be on time in yours." So maybe the Coal Brigade is not for him. So Hoppy thought this over as he dearly wanted to be part of the Twig Brothers world, especially on the Coal Brigade. "One must capitulate," said Father Time. "If you want to march to the drum of a different drummer, that's fine. But you can't march in their parade, and as you know, time marches on." If you really want to work with the Gnome Fathers, then you must work in their time zone. Hoppy shook his head sadly. what am I to do? What am I to do? Let's take a look, said Father Time. We all have our own biological clocks ticking. Let's see what yours says. And sure enough, when he opened Hoppy up, his clock was 15 minutes slow. So Father Time simply set it 15 minutes fast. And from that day to this, Hoppy has always been on time. At least known Father Time, that is. And he is a proud member of the Coal Brigade. The end. Time. We'll be right back.
Hey, you're such a nice pirate, doggy.
He's
Yeah.
an old sea dog.
Yeah,
he
you
is.
are
Yes. They used to call me an old sea
She's
dog.
a salty dog.
Yeah, salty
If
dog.
ever I saw one. Yippers. All right,
Oh, there's
all
a
right.
ship's bells.
How many bells would that be?
I don't know, 8.
8.
8 bells.
Whose watch is it 8 bells?
1, 2.
2 bells.
That be 2 bells. It's not be my watch, must be his.
I think it's his watch.
Are you talking about the lazy sailor here if you ever talked about one? I don't take a watch.
No, he doesn't.
Lazy sailor, huh? Oh, we had so much fun. We had the time of our life. We had our time having fun talking about time. So remember, on the Magic Box, you not only see some things that are magical, but you also learn, and you learn how to have fun in your free time. So until next time, this is John Carrington saying see ya at the next episode of the Magic Box. Bye-bye.
Thank you.